I do want to say I'm glad that you learned early what so many people, including myself, learned late.
This is what Charlemagne said as he's forgiving Neon for his past transgressions or whatever the case may be. But I think this is the part right here where Aiden Ross comes into the chat.
Feel like a top dog, I don't feel like one of the biggest.
Wait, let's get into the chat because Aiden Ross, there's a comment pinned in here. He just commented and said, Neon, I promise you they trying to belittle you and disrespect you. You on all of them, they are weird as them.
You talking about who?
In here, the chat is live in the Breakfast Club.
Anyway, go ahead.
This is after they give him the third degree about the stuff he said in the past, calling Kai's mom Harriet Tubman in the face, calling her a big, ugly, apparently, not my words, Neon's words, and grilling him down. I got a question based off of just the first portion. Is this going to be the thing that holds back the crossover between streamers and the mainstream media? Because I'm not going to lie, people was talking about Neon in his past. A lot of streamers, really 99% of streamers, except for Sage, have that type of past. They have that type of checker past where they are saying the most outrageous things on the internet.
Man, don't exempt me. I got some videos, man. The basketball.
You think you got some crazy things like what they be saying?
Hey, yo, Sage, I'm a fan of your Clippers video. There's a reason why they always sound 16 and nasally. I was wilding in that Clippers video.
I mean, I would argue, personally, no, I don't think this is messing anything up with the crossovers because musicians have the same thing. Plenty of musicians get put on and then you find out and they pass. They were doing some wild and they apologize, they get past it. This is nothing new. Even people on that show have a checkered past in terms of the stuff that they was getting into or said or whatever it was. It's just normal in terms of entertainment. We just live in a world now that majority of the people grew up with the internet, have some type of past on the internet, spanning from when they were kids and they was doing dumb. It's trackable. This is going to be the new norm. Honestly, it's just going to get worse in all forms of media, streaming, actors, musicians, athletes, all of it. It's just going to get worse.
Wait, just to clarify, what exactly is it ruining? Like, are you saying like the mainstream platforms aren't bringing on streamers because of their checkered past? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, let's say that. All right, they're trying to get the crossover going. The mainstream guys are trying to get the crossovers with the streaming guys. But what has to be addressed first is the and I didn't get what Damo's saying about these artists have checkered past, but the level of which they have a checkered past seems to be, at least in the eyes of these like people, a little bit greater than the artists. Like rappers have a checkered past, cool. They caught a body or whatever. That seems to be expected. When it comes to these streamers and them saying, blacks in a more aggressive way, that seems to be not acceptable. So I'm saying, is this gonna pose to be a future problem when they start bringing on these content creators with these checkered pasts?
I don't think so. I think ultimately, like, the more mainstream media is leaning towards the digital age, the more the digital people will have like leverage in these situations, which I think is why like Neon was able to get on the Breakfast Club, is because he has a big ass platform that's digital. And I think, it's like a mutually beneficial thing. Neon's trying to fix his PR. Breakfast Club is trying to get in front of, the Gen Z, really young audience. So, yeah.
The best argument you have for that is Kick era. Anybody that partook in that, I'm not saying the Kick is dead, but you know what I'm talking about. But and even then, nah, yeah. If you got the clout, they're gonna sign you. Yeah, I probably disagree. I think that if you got the clout, they're gonna want you on there. They'll find some purpose out of the person, even if it's just views.
So you don't think that a lot of them are gonna have to sit through something like this?
Streamer, he was going to Spain to do the stream. New projects, yeah.
Oh, so now you just pissed off all the Jewish community.
Oh my God.
No. I love Jewish people. Shalom.
You just came on here to just shit on everybody.
Nah.
I mean, wow.
I got so many Jewish friends. What?
Oh my God.
Nah, you trying to get me caught up, brother?
Hey, brother, it's great. Why you put the A at the end?
Brother is hilarious.
That was crazy.
What's the craziest situation?
You can't say that.
I seen you in Harlem with Jim Jones. What's the craziest situation? Dubai, what was the craziest situation you've been in that you didn't think you was going to make it out besides Dubai?
I've been in a lot of situations. There's a Nate Diaz thing, same thing, trolling. And
I saw that. He chased you.
He chased me. I'm not gonna like lie and say like I had like a tough upbringing or anything. My parents.
Oh yeah, we know that. We know.
Oh.
We can tell.
Okay.
Are your parents racist?
Huh?
Are your parents racist?
No.
I'm just trying to figure out like where, like using Harriet Tubman as a slur, and the things you said on that video. I'm just wondering like what was your perception?
So
of black
real
people
quick, so you guys do understand, like, so first off, trolling's not okay, right? But there, like, a lot of people have like back then, like, even if it's as a joke, it's not good to do. But streamer world, YouTube world, whatever it is, like, people make jokes like that. But like back then, before, like
Only about one race of people.
No, no, you got to see no, ma'am, you got to see my clips. My clips, so no, I'm not gonna repeat it. But I'm
You think everybody's gonna want to put up with like this level of third degree?
Well, to me at least, if you're gonna invite someone to the show, I'm not even necessarily I ain't seen the full thing. But if you're gonna invite, I would assume if you're gonna invite someone to the show, their goal wouldn't be to kind of like gang up on them. And in that 1 minute, it does seem that way, at least, that they're kind of just nitpicking what he's saying. Now, he said some wild stuff, so not mad at them for being upset about it. I didn't even hear the Harriet Tubman thing. It sounds crazy by what they said. So yeah, I would assume, in terms of what your original question was, rather than what the latter half of this conversation will be, in terms of streamers, big companies, and do streamers like N3on, like Didnt, or whoever that may have some wild digital footprints out there affecting that. No, I think ultimately it's just going to be up to what they want to do with that streamer. Do they want to try to little bro the mass rise of the streamer and kind of essentially call out all the weird stuff that some streamers have done, and I guess little bro the ones that don't really have popularity for real? Or are they going to try kind of like be welcome of it? Because they could have easily done an episode and kind of just let N3on fix the PR, which I'm assuming, which is the intent of him being there. They could have just literally not tackled any of these subjects, possibly.
I think it depends on how incorporated the edgy content is, because I think what's different with N3on is like the edginess and the crazy clip farming was a part of his content. So like in these cases, they're going to be less forgiving to him specifically. But if it's just a content creator who has clips of them that are resurfacing, not to minimize it, but I guess so. They're resurfacing, but like their content isn't based off of them being edgy. So I think like an example would probably be Rage. Like if we probably dig into his streams in the past, you could probably find some wild shit. But I don't think Rage has made a living being the edgy cornball racist streamer. You know what I'm saying? The way Sneeko and N3on have. So I think that's a reason why like Rage has been able to collab with these mainstream brands still. Like I think recently Donovan Mitchell was on the stream.
Yeah.
He had a collab with Damian Lillard at All-Star Weekend. So it's still possible to have like a sketchy digital footprint and still be brand friendly. But yeah.
It's just
I think it's
certain levels. That's what you're saying.
I wouldn't even say that. It honestly boils down to if you're being yourself or not. I think the difference with Rage, I mean, hell, we seen it that last pod when I wasn't checking what he was saying. Rage is still gonna let TOS shit fly. Rage will still get that shit off. Rage will still make some crazy jokes. Rage will still do some of the like old world Rage things. He's just being him. So it's not hard for him. I wouldn't say it's kind of changing his digital footprint or changing who he is to try to fit into a PC world. He's just like, all right, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna make the joke, cool, but that's who I was. With N3on sitting up there fucking babbling and stumbling over stuff, and you hate the Jews? No, what? My cousin's Jewish. Like, you're not being yourself. You were putting on a character, and all that edgy shit is not really who you are. So it's hard for you to fight back on it. It's hard for you to stand on it or defend it or anything like that, because it's genuinely not you. So you sound foolish. With people who are just being themselves, making jokes, whatever it is, it's not hard to be like, no, being an asshole, whatever, being a dickhead. It is what it is. The issue is, and the difference with people that's going on Breakfast Club or a platform like that, everyone's not going to get the N3on treatment. Yes, if specifically streamers and content creators are going to start flooding the Breakfast Club, yes, your checkered patch is going to haunt you and they're going to treat you like that. But that's the Breakfast Club. They're also going to do that to any other entertainer that they don't know or isn't on their good side that they genuinely like at the moment. They're going to do that with rappers. If there's a rapper that comes up there with a checkered past or it's easily to pick on them, they're going to do the exact same thing they did to N3on to this new rapper. That is what the Breakfast Club does, and that's probably what other platforms would do, but especially the N3on, just because of who he is and what his image is.
I ain't gonna lie. I think, and it's not only what you just said, but I think it's also what community you cultivate. Because I think with N3on and Aiden, at least from outside looking in, I could be dead wrong. Anybody that watches either, let me know. But they kind of have gone on this run of like trying to fix the PR per se or whatever. And if anything, the biggest obstacle has been, but their community is still like way too far gone. Like the people that support them will still go out there and do the heinous stuff, even if they're trying to dial it back and or even have successfully dialed it back. So I think a combination of what Damo has said, a lot of you guys are just putting on facade, and then a good amount of it is, yo, this is the community got with you. So it's like the enigma, the aura, whatever that you bring along with it. When you combine both of those things, yeah, you're going to have situations like this. But I don't think this is the end all be all. I'm sorry, for everybody. That's it.
I do think that this is something that needs to happen though. Because this is a different audience that doesn't have the same level of understanding, and you can't get the same level of stuff off with these people. Like, even though it's not right, I don't think that any of this is right. But you know, you could probably convince us, and not us four, but you know, us as like this side of the internet that, hey, you know how the internet was back then. You could convince us that. I can't show my mom a clip of N3on and tell her, hey, this is what the internet was like back then. That just doesn't make any sense. So at some point, especially the more outrageous guys, they are going to have to sit in front of, you know, these people and answer these questions and quote unquote be held accountable, and, you know, have to explain why they are doing the things that they do, feeling the way that they felt, said the things that they said, et cetera, et cetera. Because that's just the reality of the situation. If you did something bad in the past, you should have to answer to those that are going to have questions for you. And it shouldn't matter how many times they ask questions. That's another thing that we got from this, is that people try to use two excuses. Like, we've heard that before. You've already apologized for that before. If you offended a massive amount of people, you should probably have to apologize till you're blue in the face. You should never have to tell somebody. One concept that came out of this conversation was, I'm not a reflection of my chat. So there was a point of time in which Aiden steps in, says what he says, the chat starts going crazy. They turn into saying like, yo, the Breakfast Club, they're monkeys, they're black, this is why I'm tired of black people, et cetera, et cetera. N3on's response to that is, to people who don't know the internet, is, well, I can't control them. That's, you know, this is the chat, this is the internet, like, I can't control them. They're not a reflection of me. Do y'all believe that that's true for content creators? Because I don't think that that's true, and people are kind of split on this idea.
Anybody who's split on that, respectfully, you're just far gone. It's so undeniably true that you curate and cultivate the community that you have. It is just as simple as that. I'm not saying anybody watching this video that claims to be keeping a buck that we are your father and we have brainwashed you. What I am saying is the content that we talk about, the jokes that we talk about, suit you. And whether it's just one of the hosts, two of the hosts, three of the hosts, or even all four of us, they entertain you. So if we are letting certain jokes and content ideas and super chats even fly, then that people like you are watching us. Therefore, if multiple people like you are up here saying certain things, 99% of the time, the creator is at least somewhat of that realm. Not saying that, yo, I like waffles, Omar likes waffles, Bezos like waffles, and Damo likes waffles. So I don't know, N3on must like waffles. No, he can be the one guy that likes pancakes. But when it comes to a good amount of moral beliefs, you'd be surprised how much of that tracks per se. There's times where I'll be Mr. Gray Area, and you guys can't stand it. There's times when Omar Damo will rage bait, and you guys can't stand it. That's fine. But ultimately, something about our personalities attract this community. And ultimately, that definitely represents who we are as a podcast, let alone the content that we do. Japanese, to sum it up, if you do dark edgelord humor, immature jokes, all that other stuff, and you have a community that, especially at the time, that also regurgitates what you're saying and accepts what you're saying, they're gonna repeat that, and that does reflect you, or at least what you did. Now, if you're having a hard time erasing that, in my opinion, what's happened with N3on and Aiden, the 14-year-olds that were doing that, they're 19 now. And 19, for as grown as it can be, they're still 19. But now they're standing 10 toes on it. Someone tells them they're being wrong, they don't care. So it is what it is, especially in the rage bait troll era. Now they really don't care.
I mean, I definitely was under the belief that for the longest, your community isn't necessarily 100% that. I've conceded so long. I've conceded recently. I'm not gonna say so long. I've conceded recently on that. Your community is a reflection on you. The thing I just can't stand, or I just don't understand, is if people call themselves supporters of you, if they do see you are trying to change, if they do see that you are trying to do something different, why is it so hard for people not to still be on that? That's what's weird to me. If they actually do support you. Now, I do feel like that is a telltale sign to actually see if you have supporters or you just got bored niggas. I personally think a community full of bored niggas is a dangerous motherfucking thing. A community with supporters, love it. A community with bored niggas, some niggas is just looking to fill time, so they're using your platform to fill that time, is dangerous as hell. Dangerous as hell.
But I think, like, when it comes to these cases, like, everyone's gonna react to shit differently. And I think what comes with owning up to your past is, like, accepting that you are not gonna, like, from this point on, there's gonna be a sector of people that don't fuck with you for what you did. There's gonna be a sector of people that honestly don't care, and there's gonna be people more receptive to your change as long as you show that change. So, you could have been a supporter pre-cancellation or whatever. You just have to accept the fact that your community's it's not going to be what it was beforehand. So,
and I think that's fair. I mean, if you are true in your change, if you are true in your new beliefs or newfound belief system or whatever the case may be, you should be okay with that. If I disassociate with all racist rhetoric and I'm just on the straight and narrow, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, and I lose 50% of my viewing audience, I should be okay with that. I shouldn't start bitching and, oh well, let me I need to do what I did to get those people back, because those people left because you're not being racist anymore. You're condemning them. You should actively be condemning them. You should be saying, hey, that's not right. I don't condone that. Matter of fact, mods, ban them, get them out of here. That's what it should be. You should lose people on your road to change. You should lose people. You should 100%.
100%. You like, if you're someone in chat said a vessel, but if you're essentially a getaway, escape from reality, because you know how much people will get stuff off in the chat or Discord. If you're where someone can get whatever take off, and then you're like, all right, I was doing a bad thing, let me walk away. That person's either A, gonna walk away, or B, they're gonna be like, nah, this is still my safe space. And when you are at that level, again, a lot of those people are gonna be like, nah, this is still my safe space. So because we don't even need to remember the times where before Kai Cenat was the guy, it was Aiden. it was 100% Aiden. So
But that's so weird, man. That's so weird. Because to be grown ass people, like, that's weird, bro.
That kind of, because I don't even think this necessarily was him all the time necessarily. I didn't watch his stream, so maybe it was him all the time. But I think at some point he would have a take, or N3on would have an outlandish clip, or Sneeko would have an outlandish clip, or whatever that genre of streamer would have an outlandish clip. And a person who saw that was like, oh yeah, this guy's just like me. And that kind of person may believe tenfold worse, but they tied into that, and now it's kind of like, oh yeah, this guy spits the real, so this is the real chat per
But
se.
even like removed from Aiden and Neon, just people who support content creators in general, is it not weird that if they are actively trying to do something different, for you to sit there and say, nah, I'm gonna just keep doing this shit that you're telling me not to do. I see you're trying to change. I'm not going to allow you to change. Is that not? That's weird.
That's part of parasocialists.
So you're saying the Neon fans that are still racist post change? Is that what you're saying?
Like, why are they still there? That's what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
And
Like,
what I'm
Neon
saying,
fans that are still there post, like the Neon fans that will sit there, see him say, "Oh no, I don't fuck with them jokes or whatever like that. I wish they would make them," and you're still making them. Like, you're weird. People that fuck it. I'm gonna use me for an example. I don't like doing Twitter Spaces no more. I don't like hosting Twitter Spaces. I like joining them because whenever I host a Twitter Space, niggas don't care what it's about. They're gonna get their ha-has off. They're gonna start being trolls. They're gonna start being toxic. It always happens. But if I join an Omar Space, niggas don't get. It takes a minute for him to get that. He gotta fall asleep or like he gotta disconnect, and then niggas like they try to get it off. But for the most part, they don't never get that type of shit off. But let me host a space where I'm trying to have a serious conversation. It'll be serious for 2 minutes, and then niggas will get up there and they start bullshitting, and that shit blows me. Like, and I've actively told niggas, yo, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. Yo, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and niggas don't care.
if you attract a weird rage baity troll, and then you try to get serious, they're still a weird rage baity troll, my nigga. they're not going to switch. You've attracted a person that won't swap. If I have to make it about myself just to keep like the in keep it a buck lord thing, I've told my chat several times, yo, dog, I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas. Waking up to watch an anime, to then react to an anime, to then end the stream to watch an anime, I can't do it all day, dog. We gonna have to listen to some music and stuff like that. If every single time an anime, if every single time I saw viewership drop because an anime is not on the screen, I then went back to that, I would keep attracting people that only fuck with anime. So you get like, I know that's not the best analogy, but the point is, if you keep around a certain kind of motherfucker, you can't be surprised when that motherfucker don't want to change. I kind of made a bad analogy for myself, so you know what I said.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I think that subsection of people are the people that are like, okay, you're gonna change. That's good for you, but I'm not going to change.
Yeah,
like
it's funny that you think you're gonna change. I'm gonna troll it up.
Yeah, I think like even if we keep it, I know it's a different conversation, but like with basketball takes, let's say we cultivated a fan, like a bunch of fans of like Michael Jordan fans, and then we just switch up and become like LeBron fans. Like there's gonna be a certain subsection of people that will still watch our content, but I'm not changing my fandom. I'm still standing where I stand. You know what I'm saying? Because they still respect the change because you know it's business. They fuck with your personality, this, that, and the third. I ain't changing though. But
I think we've tried to make a flip, and this is all like equal in my opinion. We even tried to flip our content to be less basketball, but at the end of the day, there are some people that are just like dying for us to talk about basketball. They're begging for us to talk about basketball, and even they'll catch some of us on different platforms and still be looking for the basketball. I'm not saying that you can forever get rid of 100%, but you can do a good job of, you know, not condoning it. So then my question is, because this is what happened in the interview, you're presented with the opportunity to say, you know what, I don't support this, I don't condone this, and Neon's response is, well, I don't see that chat. And then when they show him the specific chats, he says, oh, well, that's not my chat. So he doesn't outright 100% say, yo, ban this person, this is wrong. I don't even know these people, but ban them. Racism is wrong. Whoever these people, wherever they came from, this is wrong. But you would say what would you say if the person who should be condoning or condemning this action and toxic behavior doesn't condemn the toxic behavior. What does that say about them?
How much do you have to condemn it? Because I could have sworn at some point he did say he doesn't condone that. He doesn't believe those things, but he can't control what they say. And even to the point of where you're saying he acted like he didn't see it. When she went over and tried to show him, she was like, "Oh no, your shit's moving mad fast. Like you don't."
But Charlamagne showed him the phone, so it was like this is right here, dog.
Well, no, I'm just saying on his end he couldn't see it. What?
You did a little jump real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, well, no, but on his end he couldn't see it. Like I guess did Charlamagne show him Charlamagne's phone or
yeah, Charlamagne showed him his phone.
Yeah, so N3on wasn't lying. He couldn't see it. Shit was rolling hella fast, whatever. What? Regardless, I could have swore at one point he did say he doesn't condone. He doesn't really fuck with all that shit. He left it in the past, whatever it was. How many times does someone need to condone something or condemn something? How many times does a person need to say this? In this type of setting, or we got mics on, I've said it once. Like, do I really got to say 5 times? Hey, look, man, they done called you a monkey 8 times, Charlamagne. For the 8th time, I don't support them calling you a monkey.
I think this is the way that I would approach it, or if I was coaching N3on, or if it was me personally, or whatever the case may be, I would approach it. Somebody says, "Hey, they're calling me monkey" in the chat. My first response isn't, "I don't see it." Even if that's truthful, even if that's genuine. Fair. I'm not going to invalidate you in that spot. I'm coming up here to let the world know, hey, I'm not racist. Something racist happens. I'm not going to say, I don't see that. Dumbass monkey. I don't see that. But then on top of that, I think condemning, because this is the funny thing about the chat, because this is where they get into the whole internet is the internet. I can't control it, et cetera, excuse. You have the ability to get your mods to ban these people. You have the ability to slow mode the chat. You have the ability to turn off the chat. You have the ability to end the stream. You have a lot of abilities as streamers, and a lot of streamers and content creators do this thing where they just, it is what it is, because that's what that excuse of the internet is the internet. That's what that is. Oh, it is what it is, and that to me is not condemning it. To me,
that's fair. That's fair. You do have mods. People, you can tell people to get banned, whatever. You can't take action. Not having any actions taken definitely is a bad look. And this is me replying to some of the people over on the YouTube chat, sorry, whatever it is. It just feels fake if a motherfucker is sitting up there having to repeatedly sit there and keep saying, "Well, I'm not racist. I don't condone these things. I don't like this at all. How could they even say that?" Blah, blah, blah. So,
oh, my fault. I'm sorry.
No. I'll wrap it up. But it just at a certain point, it's like, all right, gang. He's clearly said he's not racist. He clearly said he don't condone that, don't like it. I do agree. Action should be taken at this point. Now you should, hey, mods, let's clean this chat up. Now action should be took. So the lack of action definitely is a weird sign to me. But to constantly sit there and expect someone to keep repeating themselves over and over and over, I don't know, gang. That's wild. Especially if you heard the motherfucker say that he's not condoning it, he's condemned it, all that. If you heard that, why do you need to hear him keep saying it? His views wouldn't have changed.
I see what you're getting at in terms of, are they going to keep asking him the question? Is he going to keep answering the question? The answer is, unfortunately, he should keep answering it like that every time. But then at some point, it would be painfully obvious. Okay, dog, you got to stop asking him. Like he done answered it. But I think we all agree he could have handled the situation better. Therefore, had he answered better, they would not kept repeating said questions. And therefore, maybe all of that would have died. By the way, all of that is my opinion.
I mean, I do want to ask, is there more? Do you have more questions?
No. Because I don't, the details of the interview, if you watched it, you watched it. By this point, you've already got opinions. I just wanted to ask those, especially creator questions for those that are creators.
I mean, I do just want to ask y'all, because this is, this whole conversation is about people making mistakes and learning from it. When you're in that position of you're trying to show that you change, is it fair or is it unfair to hold N3on to, like, you gotta go 10 for 10 on all of your, like, PR, whatchamacallit, your PR moments? Like, in this process of him trying to change, it just feels like the smallest mistake he makes in this, like, PR run, it's you're cooked, buddy. See, you never change. Like, I feel like that's kind of unfair. Like I think I'm looking at like N3on's progression in like a bigger picture, but I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
don't
tripping.
think a lot of people walk away from, and I've yapped a lot this. So I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
god. I don't think a lot of people look at this situation like, yeah, N3on is still the same guy. I think it's just a situation of how do you get the image of that guy out of your head, and it's gonna be a painful reminder based on how the community still is. So he got a ways to go. I think if anything, this showed me he got a ways to go in terms of fixing the PR, but he's trying, whether it's successful or fail, whether it's successful, cap, or failing, he is trying. So
But he's trying in the wrong way. He's trying too hard at the see. Look, I'm changed.
That's true.
I've changed.
Yeah,
I've changed. I'm changing. I'm trying to change. He's trying too much to tell us, nigga. Just fucking change, nigga. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I'll never not see you as the little weird ass nigga saying he was running 2K son that fate having cancer. I can never not see you as being that little nigga. It will never change. That's who you are to me. That's who I was introduced to you as. But sitting here trying to scream to the top of your lungs how much you've changed is not helping. Nigga, just change, move better, move around doing good content, gang. That's all you can do. These new people that see you, they'll go in your past. If they don't fuck with it, they're just not going to fuck with it. But if you are actively doing great things, if you're actively changing, one, you don't need to fucking tell us how much you've changed. We'll see it. And two, people will respect that you have changed. They will understand that. And people will say, all right, well, the nigga was a 13-year-old just trying to get some views back in the time where niggas was doing anything for views. Fuck it. Move on. You're grown now. You're not 13 no more. You're 23. And I'm not saying now, but at the time or whenever this time is, you're 23 now, N3on. You're doing whatever great content you're doing, or you're doing whatever great change you've had. This is who you are now. Cool. I'm not going to hold you to the 13-year-old standard. But if you're sitting here crying on podcasts, crying on interviews, I'm changed. I'm changing so much. I'm not that kid anymore. I'm going to think you're that kid still. You're just saying this so niggas leave you alone and you can get it back.
One pissed off convo away type shit.
Yeah. So I think that, and I agree with ultimately Damo. This is what a lot of people in 2025 are sick of. It's the performance, and everything that N3on is doing is scripted. I'm not saying that just because I know, but that's the way that it feels. Going on the Breakfast Club to get your little black card stamped by the people. Oh, that's cool. That stuff feels scripted. Kamala Harris going on these platforms, Joe Biden going, all this stuff. It just feels like a script. Donald Trump going on Schultz, Aiden Ross, Joe Rogan. All that stuff just feels scripted. And I think like people are tired of the scriptedness of stuff. I made a video about it and I didn't put it out, but it's definitely like on my Patreon where I talked about why a lot of these companies aren't doing they didn't do their Pride Month. And they've stopped putting out the shirts and stuff. Part of it is because of other reasons, administrations and all that stuff. But the other part is people are just tired of the performance. People are tired of the performance when it comes to these companies, when it comes to these creators, when it comes to just people in general. So, to be honest with you, I expect you to bat 1,000 because there's a script that should have you bat 1,000. My perspective, and I outlined it in the video. There's a team for N3on, there's a team for the Breakfast Club. They have a conversation as to what they're going to talk about beforehand. He's supposed to go up there. They're going to follow this script that leads him to this big announcement. The Breakfast Club is going to call out his past things. They're going to say, hey, but we forgive you. You're young. What's your big announcement? Boom. That's the way that it was supposed to go. How can you not bat 1,000 when there's a script? That's on you. And not only do you do that, you then leave saying they didn't dap you up, which we'll have that small conversation before we get out of here. They didn't dap you up, and then you go hang out with Sneeko. Did you? So this shit is produced, gang. I'm sorry. I really don't believe. My real thoughts in the I don't believe none of this shit. I believe that there are people on these platforms that know, hey, if I manipulate certain cultures and certain words and certain X, Y, and Z, I can make more money because I like money. Simple as that. I told you in the space earlier. I applaud you because B-Souls is authentically himself. Ain't no questions about if B-Souls is Filipino. I've seen him express that on his streams. I've seen him express his full self on stream. I ain't never seen N3on be no Indian or Pakistani man on stream. Just haven't. It's fake. It's all fake.
Streaming turned to TV, man. Streaming turned to TV. Everything is produced. Everything is fake, man. Nothing's real on stream no more. I should know.
I wanna ask this before we wrap it up, and we'll get to the almost Chris Smooth thing on Monday. There was a portion where N3on said, "They did not shake my hand. They did not shake my hand." He is talking about how the Breakfast Club. Actually, I probably have it liked. They did not shake his hand. He is making this sentiment on stream because the interview turns left, and here it is. Interview turns left, and N3on is talking about how, I didn't get my hand shook by the Breakfast Club, trying to pose it as if, they don't fuck with him. They just don't fuck with me. Let me go to the very, very end. This right here.
Damn, they wouldn't even shake my hand, bro. That shit just... They didn't even shake my hand. None of them.
They didn't shake my hand. This is the clip right before this, though.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for having me. Appreciate it.
You see that video saying you're gonna be on the show tomorrow, so he'll
Okay.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So if you're looking at it, Charlemagne gives him a fist bump, gives the cameraman a fist bump. Envy gives him a fist bump. Lauren gives him a hug. I was like, okay, this is how I know this is flat out scripted. This is crazy. I discovered, though, a fist bump isn't a handshake. And I just want to, I promise you, I got killed in different conversations. Apparently, a fist bump isn't a handshake. To everybody up here, is there a difference? Is there so much of a difference between a fist bump and a handshake that there's like a big deal surrounding it?
I just didn't know, and maybe I don't want to shoot the low when I say this. Damn, it's not a handshake. I didn't know that was a sign of fuck you, nigga. Fist. Like, I didn't know it was a sign of disrespect to fist bump somebody. No, it doesn't make it no difference to me. It's a gesture of, nigga, I'm leaving. Dab me up, fist bump, or a hug. He's weird as fuck for painting it that way after clearly getting endorsed or endearment from people and saying, oh, no, they ain't shaking my hand, though. It's weird. But no, I don't think anything of a fist bump versus a handshake.
I'll even play Ultra Lord Devil's Advocate. Let's say, for the sake of argument, which I'd probably even say is somewhat true, that a dap up, a firm handshake, and a fist bump all have their levels of mutual respect and or liking somebody. And that if you do not dap somebody up, that there's a chance that you just are like appreciating them for leaving, per se. And then let's say he's called it right and they genuinely do not fuck with him. Hot take, just because you say sorry and you're working on becoming a better person does not mean everybody has to accept it. So even if all of that is the case, I don't think that if they ain't rock with them because they found stuff out, that's just how apologies work, dog. Especially when you're apologizing to mass amounts of people. That's just how it is. If I drop a slur right now and I offend a specific demographic and they think that I'm racist, gang, I can only do so much. I can tell them I'm not racist. I can apologize. I can donate for this, that, whatever. If one person is in there like, nah, you said this, that offended me, I will always hate you. You just got to live with that. And I think a lot of people on the internet don't like the fact that people got to live with consequences. That's just how it is.
I think, well, let me say before you go, Bezos, I do think that there is this very much internet thing of, I said I was sorry, and then everything is supposed to be just kumbaya afterwards. We automatically have to move on. Everybody has to be cool. That's an internet thing.
Yeah. Now, I was about to say, I wouldn't even go that far, Sage, because I don't even think like, what is it? Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy really don't like N3on afterwards.
They don't care.
Like, I truly don't think they care. It was just a fist bump. They didn't think much of it. If it is disrespectful to people, my bad. My hands get real clammy. Full stop. Like, That's why I do it.
The room's just hot.
The room's hot. Like, yeah,
The room's just hot, dog.
I have clammy hands, so to not embarrass myself and you, because I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. Fist bump.
By the way, that was my opinion.
I'm a 28-year-old black man. Not saying that there aren't differences between this and
Yeah, it's like my nigga versus all right, bro.
give me a hug with it and all that stuff like that. Not saying that there's not differences. Like Damo said, I never looked at somebody, all right, bro, as I hate this nigga.
You say fuck me,
Man, if I don't like a nigga, I'm not gonna dap you up or fist bump you. Like, and that's what killed me in that space. Niggas, you ain't never had a conversation with somebody that you didn't really like, and then leaving. All right, yeah, I ain't gonna dap you up because I don't fuck with you. I'm gonna just fist bump you. One,
nope.
I don't have conversations with people I don't like often,
Y'all too
especially in person. That's crazy. And if I don't like you, when we're done talking, I'm gonna just, all right, then, and just walk off. I'm not gonna touch you at all. I don't want to dap you up or fist bump you because I don't like you. You niggas out here dapping and fist bumping niggas you don't like. That seems fake as hell.
Y'all stand people y'all don't like, man. Y'all too fake, bro. I don't know what's up. I don't know what this parent epidemic is. Sorry. Shit, my teacher epidemic. But nah, y'all too fake out here, man. I've noticed that. In the past 72 hours, 96 hours, I've noticed that the internet fake as hell.
Question. Maybe if it doesn't change your opinion, that's fine. Do y'all think it would be a different situation if it was more than just N3on? So let's say it's like us four, right? We're leaving the Breakfast Club. DJ Envy, Charlamagne, all of them, they dapping y'all up. And once it gets to me, it's a fist bump. Is that a little bit different? Is that a little bit more disrespectful?
If it was you specifically, yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, are they racist? but then outside of that, probably not. After a couple of daps, dog, I'll be like, all right, man. Like, all right, no, everyone's doing it's time to say goodbye stuff. So yeah, I don't really put too much stock into it, man. I think the gesture of its own, maybe some people fuck with some people more than others. That's fine. But I've never, again, gotten a fist bump from somebody and felt like, yeah, that person hates my guts. Unless for some reason he's the type of person to want to dap that up. But then I would already know that he hates my guts prior to anyway. So
I would probably, I mean, it's something, first of all, because I'm assuming we don't see this. I don't even know if this is something that you would personally bring up. I also want to just say, and that's what Official Baller said too down there. Is Obama racist? The iconic Obama clip of just regular handshakes and dap ups.
Yep.
There are cultural things, and everybody can't get everything. I think that's okay to say.
Best memes.
Now, again, I don't know if that would be the case. There's so many reasons why that would happen, but it's okay if everybody does not get everything. If DJ Envy gave me the Charlamagne, because I would I'm probably my family from South Carolina too, dog. Damo, yeah, my family from NC. We leave. Oh shit, we made a.
Hey, it was good, DC nigga.
Yeah, okay, that's DJ Envy, right? DJ Envy went to school at Howard. Cool, real dap up. He gives B-Souls a fist bump. Me, I'm black. I don't know. I know that's
okay. If I get it, I'm not even discrediting that. But let's
Filipino podcast.
No, fuck it. Leave me out of it. This is what I'm trying to say. Leave me out of it. It's y'all three. It's just y'all three at the Breakfast Club. They dap up Omar. They dap up Sage. Once it gets to Damo, it's a fist bump.
I'm a cooler nigga than Damo. That's what but what I'm saying, what I'm really saying is, I don't think anybody says anything. I just don't.
Oh no, I absolutely won't say nothing until we get to the car. Damn, I ain't know Breakfast Club was fat phobic. That's insane. I didn't know that.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
I might get to the car and be like, damn, I ain't know I ain't like fat people.
Nah, but like what Omar was saying, and it wasn't even just about like, you know what I'm saying? It like, let's say again, Omar, he related to everybody. Let's say everyone from Breakfast Club is from Atlanta and or Carolina. So when Omar and Damo express that, everyone has that connection with them. And then with me, I'm just the guy that said, fuck it. Peak chat hater. I'm gray area the whole time. I wasn't funny. I was boring the whole podcast. I don't think they hate me, but they fuck with them two more. They dap them up. All right, yo. And that's that. I don't think they I don't think they don't like me. I just think they like these two niggas more.
I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring it up. I
Alright.
wouldn't bring it up, but I will say in my head, okay, work.
Oh no! You definitely would be like, okay, that's a note. They like them two more than
Yeah.
me. They're like I'm an afterthought to them, but I don't think it's a
I think
damn.
they
No,
don't
rock
fuck
me.
with that. I think
Yeah,
that's the
not
distinction that
that.
we're getting at is that it might be like they more for them. No way in the world do I think somebody who doesn't fuck with me, like to Damo's main point, fist bumps me. That's really what it is.
Yeah.